You're here for another educational, fun-filled episode of life experiences. Boy, I don't say that excuse me, with much enthusiasm sometimes, but I I'll just jump right in. And the question is it worth it to try? A lot of people always talk about this, and they say, "Oh, you didn't try, you don't know." And how many people say, "Well, it's a waste of time if it doesn't work out." It all depends, doesn't it? What is your definition of trying, and is it worth it? I guess only you can decide. In life, isn't it interesting? We are basically the sum of all of our decisions that we make. Well, I decided to do this. I decided to do that. Why did you decide? Did society tell you? Did your friends tell you? Your parents? I heard it the way to do this, so it was easy for me to do this. You know, on that, then I wouldn't have been able to do this. Like, let's say your dream was to be like a musician, but instead you took a job at the post office, and your philosophy is, well, it's a solid federal job, so I can survive, and then on the weekends for my hobby, music, and try to do everything. And I guess the counter argument could be made, well, if you had the full time to devote to being a musician, practicing during the week, and then going out trying to connect with clubs or gigs and stuff, you know, who knows? I mean, Stallone said something interesting about how he could have took a normal job, and he knew his right. I'm gonna wait till this queues up. You just don't know. Most people are gonna settle for the guarantee, the job, and then hobby on the side. You just you're on your own. Like if you don't, it takes money to eat, right? You're gonna go around chase your dream, like high school, in college, whatever, to get a job. I don't know why I thought said that, but anything, it's that shit's over. You got to make a living. You got to survive. Most people, they're gonna get married, have kids, and that's that. You're fooling yourself. It's like thinking whatever hobby, whether it be a pool player, bodybuilder, dancer, all these fucking things. It's you're asking for it. Like there's a guy I came at this on the subway a couple weeks ago. I recognize you. I recognize you. I know you. You know me. And I usually just discount guy. The guy didn't look too disheveled, but he's like, oh, Soul Train, Soul Train. And I said, yeah, I was on. And then he goes, oh, I was on from '96 till it went off the air in '06, I think it was. And I was on in between there, like I was on 2000, 99, 2000, 2001. This span of like 2 years in there. And he said he danced on Broadway. And I didn't really have time to talk to him. Didn't look like he was doing too good, you know. And he didn't ask me really what I'm doing. I said, well, I'm just going to school, just that's what gonna get you, and that leads me into last night. So, Claremont, to that bar, to that '80s bar, and happy I brought my jacket with me, and it was like I get off the train, no rain, like you know on the train going and get off the train. There's no rain. So I go, okay. So I go to In and Out. There's an In and Out Burger on Indian Hill Road. The road is like 2-3 miles to the 80s bar. So after my In and Out Burger, all right. So I'm on my way there, and it starts to drizzle, like sprinkle, like all of a sudden. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll be there in 10 minutes, the rate that I'm walking. And all of a sudden, the heaven and the earth opened up like it was like a torrential in the span of a fucking minute. I was literally 10 minutes away walking, like I just, and it just opened up completely on me. I get there, and I was smart. I kept my fedora in my. I have a plastic bag that I walk with, and I got my bottle of water in there, my fedora in there. They usually let me keep my bottle of water behind the door, so I have something to leave with. I'm like really thirsty, till I can get to a market. And there's markets that are there's gas station things open 24 hours, and then Denny's. It's kind of cool, they have it's like a junction, freeway junction, like by Claremont. They got a couple Motel Sixes and stuff. So I get to the front of the club, and my jacket is soaked. Soaked. I put on my hat. At least it was dry. I took my jacket off. My shirt it was like just by the cuffs they were soaked, but the shirt and my vest that I was wearing was still kind of dry. So I get in there, and I really wear. I mean, so for dancing, I was like, yeah, I kind of wasn't feeling it, for a little while. Took my jacket off, put it on the floor, and I asked him. I said, "Can I have my jacket?" He asked the security guy. He's like, "Yeah, I put it there." And I was like, "I know this thing was going to dry out." Ironically, by the end of the night, it was dry. That's what surprised me. It's like, how the hell did it dry out so fast? These places, like in the bathroom, they have a heating kind of thing. I was thinking to use that, but they didn't have that at Denny's or at the bar. My shoes, yeah, my socks, my shoes, my socks were soaked. I got these brand new socks, like not over the cap, but they're crew kind of socks. They're brand new, so I guess they absorbed a lot of water. I guess with my dancing, I kind of dried out uh, fairly quickly. I can't. I'm just surprised my jacket got dried up. My jacket dried out. My sport coat. Um, by the end of the night, and I stayed till 2. So, and there were a couple songs in there. I had a cover band that really sucked. Bad choice in music. Play that love song, that Titanic, bar. It's supposed to be upbeat and stuff. I just don't get it. I'm in there. Everybody, they got groups with their friends, couples, and there's me, standing near the door, well, toward the front. And it just felt like I didn't want to be the center of attention, dancing. And I started to have that mentality maybe 15 years ago. I don't need to be in the middle of the dance floor, people watching me on stage. I don't care. Just doesn't mean anything to me, at this point. People come up to me, give me props and stuff, but after a little while, it started agitating me. And it agitated me because, I'm sitting there going, in my mind, standing there dancing or stopping. I go, what are you doing, WJ? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're spending a lot of energy going to these places, just like Orange County. But I thought, well, it's a younger crowd, so maybe you meet somebody. And it's like, you want to analyze this, decompartmentalize this. You go in there to dance, you go in there trying to meet women, find everything is supposed to be open, like. But these guys coming up to me every fucking, a couple minutes and give me props and stop me from dancing because it's like how good I am or they like my style or the way I dress, it began to agitate me. No, because you know what? I didn't see anybody that was not busy with their friends or single or anything, okay? And these people are half my age. Some guy at the end of the night, like, he just wouldn't wait outside for his girlfriend, the guy that wouldn't wait outside, like, beer muscles, yeah, kick your ass, my girlfriend's in there, can't wait here. And the girlfriend comes out, and I'm like, I hope that guy's not driving. He goes, no, he's not. Like, thank God. And then, so it was 2 o'clock, and I knew this too. I said, well, it's a Saturday night, so that means that the train that takes me back to Union Station doesn't come till 7:30. Now it's 2 in the morning now. All right, I walk up, go to Denny's, get something good to eat. And instead of going to the Claremont station, I'll walk to the Montclair station, which is another half hour away, 45 minutes walking. And that one comes a little early, 7:15. So I figure, well, the time distance of walking, and then the train showing up 15 minutes earlier. If I get there at 4 in the morning, I only have to wait for 3 hours. I know it sounds ridiculous, but there's no other choice, or so I thought at the time. And I actually looked at a Thomas guide. If you even know what one of those are. I was curious, is it possible to walk back from, and this collectible show called Frankensons. They're in the City of Industry, on Valley Boulevard, or they moved a little further down, but you could actually walk west from Montclair, Pomona, whatever, all the way down. Turns in like Holt turns in like the Valley Boulevard, and all the way. To even get to like, the like you're not even near downtown still. And I said, fuck no, I'll be fine. And after I got out of the club, no rain. My jacket was dry. Actually, it was weird. My clothes, usually I'm soaked when I leave, but it wasn't. Like, I was working up a good sweat for a little while, and then I stopped dancing and I kind of dropped, and I just didn't feel the music. This DJ, no offense to him, but he plays a lot of mod 80s, Depeche Mode, like stuff I don't feel like it's not really. He did play like a funk set, but most of it got some neat and apologizing for it to take so long. And I go, take your time. I got, it's like fucking 3:30 in the morning. I got 4 hours till the train gets. So I walk up there. I got nothing to fucking do. So I walked to the Montclair train station like 4. I got there like 4:15 or something. No, maybe a little later. Some not much later. Around there, whatever. 4:30, 4:45, whatever. And I said, man, I got like, I'm gonna sit here for 2.5 hours, and they have like a places to kind of sit down, and the chairs outside. So fedora on, I put my fedora down. And I noticed though, Montclair, they have like a bus station, like right part of the train station. I saw a bus. I don't even know why a bus looked like it was a little different. It's like Foothill Transit. I was like, what the, huh? Los Angeles. So I saw some people waiting, and I went after the fucking bus, and I go, you go to Union Station, and it's like 4:30. I go, it's like in the morning. I saw the bus five because I was waiting for the train at 7. I was planning on sitting at that place for 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes, and the fucking bus goes, yeah, I go to Union Station. I fucking said, fuck it. I showed my Claremont, my train ticket, actually the ticket that I took going there. Going back, I didn't buy a new one yet. And the fucking guy, yeah, let me on for free in the fucking morning. I'm on my way back to LA. I was fucking so happy. I was like, fuck yeah. Yeah, the Foothill Transit, those buses, it took me near the 7th Street Metro Center. I was fucking, by the time I got home, and I looked on my, I looked on my phone, just to see the schedule. I looked, it said, well, yeah, the bus runs even on the weekends, once an hour, uh, uh, once an hour, like all night, after like 2, 3, 4 in the morning, 6, whatever, on the weekends, even more. I was when I was walking when I left that club, it's too draining. I'm too hope. I go, oh my god, I can catch a fucking bus now, once an hour. Because I pass time going to Denny's to waste time. Now I know I can get home. I can it's a fucking godsend. Um, that I was able to see that they run this bus from Montclair. I would have known. If I sit at Claremont, I would never would have seen it. But Montclair, now I did know there's still runs. Like you get a ticket, but for some reason it was sold. I don't care. Now I know it's a Silver Street bus. You can get back from Montclair. Wow, 2, 3 in the morning. You're not stranded out there. Wow, what a savior. I mean, I used to I go to these places down, that I didn't know out there, and I thought would spend $100 to get home in a taxi. Not anymore. Hmm. Go figure it. 3 in the morning, bus coming back. Wow. I know I said it a couple of times. I was surprised. So by the time I actually made it back to, uh, the street and back to Hollywood, back home, pretty much by the time I would have been getting on a train in Montclair. So a little bit of miracle, a little bit of justice for you know, going all the way and being able to get home. Wow. I was so tired when I got home, I just crashed. I didn't use that dumb term crash. I pooped out, I just laid down around 3, and that's why my hours, and it said, I'm not working out. Anyway, Sunday boxing gym was closed, and you know, I saw a thing with William Shatner. He did his new book, like Boldly Go or Go Boldly or something. And I know he's probably doing a book signing and stuff around. And I met him. I met him once in a nutrition store, and that was it. That was good enough. I don't like the celebrity worship chasing thing. It doesn't do nothing for me. I focus on myself and keep myself going. Hard financially, a little embarrassing too. I tried using, I have a couple credit cards. Couldn't even buy something for $5. It was so low. And I didn't know I didn't have any money on there. And I know I'll be getting school money soon. That's going to be good. Pay off everything I owe. I have to admit, my wait till the computer for my way as a compulsive gambler, temptation of getting into commodity futures and crypto is like 10,000. It's very tempting. It's very luring right now because I feel like it's all low. I'm like, wow, it's so cheap. Like, but you know what? It's not the right thing. The right thing to do is stick with my plan and pay off all my credit cards and all my debts and get my eBay business started again. Do everything I can to distance from the gambling mindset. And it's always going to challenge me. I know that, but that's what I got to do. That's moving in the right direction. So my friend Alex talked to me. He goes, "What do you think about Vegas?" Vegas, and I told him, you know, being of owning a condo and getting out of government housing and yeah, when I was walking down Arrow Highway and these people in their houses, they're like conservative looking houses and stuff, but I'm walking by there and I'm saying these people did something with their lives, they here, what the fuck did I do? I danced and chase these stupid dreams. And I'm like 50, gonna be 50 years old in next year, end of next year. I don't amount to anything. It's just really frustrating, when you didn't do things or you fucked up and you didn't become, it's really agitating. Had credit, fucked it up, you know. Yeah. No sense in getting really agitated about things that are so outside of your control. And I'll share what happened also. When I went to In-N-Out Burger before I went dancing, I was sitting eating my burger, and this car pulls in reverse, these exhaust pipes, and they really, and he just kept running. The guy didn't get out of the car because of the weather, and all the exhaust, of course, coming right at me. I knew instantly. I got up with my burger. I walked halfway across the parking lot. The burger was in my hand, and I finished it. And I was so agitated, but I just said to myself, why am I going to get mad over things I can't control? I can't control that guy. If he knew what he was doing, it's not my job to school him on that. That's kept going. I knew he knew. He didn't care. I have a friend I met at a chess club. It's called an S. Goldie, Steve. And he said that to me once. I don't get mad over things I can't control. And it like that hit me between the eyes. Like, what a profound statement. Very, very strong statement. Way of thinking. You can adhere to that. So, I was gonna say fuck going out there to that place, but it's cool to know there's a little easier way to get back. There's other places you don't have to. Places in stone that get you agitated. It's, it's not worth it. All in all, just taking it easy right now and playing chess online, doing puzzles for free and play for free. It's I know on chess.com, but there's no ads too. So it's way yeah. This LI chess is really good. I like it. I know, wasting a lot of time with that too. But if you're doing other things that are keeping you away from destructive things, for me it's the gambling, and you're not wasting time. It's not a waste. So sometimes even if you're older, things take time. It's but hopefully, I can really get everything going, pay everything back, start moving in the right direction. It's not insurmountable. Many people, wow, gambling can be really, really fucked. Really, really, really fucked. You know, think about these nice gold coins I had, sets, sold it all, financed my. I don't like thinking about it. It kind of bothers me. You know? But I'm not finished yet. It sounds like I got nothing, and you know, think about how much I spent for my lifetime. It's like, fuck. A lot of knowledge about things that didn't work and don't work. Hopefully, I can get the ball rolling in the right direction. That's what it is. Even at 50, just think you can expedite things, and you really been through a lot, and you studied, and you say, okay, well, I know this is not the right way. Let me try this, and let's get this thing going. Let's try to make it happen. So, in my health college right now, I want it. I've got money to finish my doctorate. We'll be getting. Actually, I wasn't expecting to be getting money to finish my doctorate. I was expecting for them just to pay the tuition for that, but I'm going to get money for that, and I'm going to get money from the health college. So this is all gravy to like move forward now. There's like no excuses. getting all this opportunities, and I fucked up so many times in my life. I have like made good though, like making some serious credit card payments and settlements with PayPal, and, whatever I owed. Okay, paying people back. Like talk about what I did on eBay. I already mentioned that before, but I owed a lot. In my mind, like 50,000 plus is a lot of money, and that's almost all taken care of. This next, if I'm smart with all the money that I'm going to be getting, knock out just about everything that I owe, um, and that's a big fucking achievement for me. And then I can start moving forward. And I never want to go back to being in a hole again. I just want to be plus 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 now, and that I believe can get me to where I want to go. Poor people's housing eventually. That's like the ultimate dream. To be able to apply and be approved for a mortgage. Even if it's 100,000. That's good. It's a start. That's how my mind works. Let's get to the goal, become something, do. Going off to these places dancing. The only reason I had nothing is like, all right, I pretty little. Sometimes even though it's the time, but sometimes it's good just to kind of get your way. You know, like I did all the schoolwork for the week. I got a little bit of time. Fuck it, treat yourself, whatever. Even if the time isn't that good, which it wasn't, but reward yourself for the work, that you've done, that you continue to do, and press forward, press fucking forward, make it happen. Most outside are just mostly sitting around doing nothing. There's some of these guys doing recycling, and I like to move the body. I love to fucking really work this shit. Love to fucking love to achieve. It's I love the effort. I mean, I love to just fucking do too much of one and not enough anything else. Anyway, all that I want to say for now. Just keep trying to improve. You know, when I went to get my hair cut, I know my hair is not looking too good right now because I didn't comb it or anything, but I did get a haircut, and the woman's asking me about how I live around here. How do you have? Is that it? Too many inquiries, trying to get some information, and there's nothing for me to tell you because why my thing. I can just tell you this. I didn't tell her this, but I knew at 30 years old I wasn't going to amount to nothing. And I know it sounds really pessimistic, okay, and a naysayer mentality, but the things that I wanted were not practical, okay? That's all I'm going to tell you, okay? That's all you need to know. Doesn't mean you can't have nothing, but it makes it that much more difficult. You're trying to climb a mountain without being prepared or having the equipment. You might not be able to do it because in a way I'm still trying to have money to buy the right equipment to progress forward. you know Anyway, that's all for now. Just play a little chess and talk to you guys later. I hope there was a little something on this episode. I try every episode to give back a little bit, and tell you what I've been through, and hopefully, you know, can help you, and as I help myself, I hope it helps,